because everything
Yeah.
can
I
have a
mean,
false.
it's like, yeah, of course it's radio interference. A lot of
Yeah.
times it is, but that may be a way that they communicate, and that I like to
Mhm.
call that the bumblebee uh, uh, method of communication, that paranormal things could communicate with us via that type of uh, exploitation of the radio, I guess is a good way to put it. So
Mhm.
like you ever seen the movie Transformers?
Yeah.
You know, like Bumblebee, whenever they hit the planet, they land on Earth, like Bumblebee's voice mechanism is damaged, and all the only audio he's got's from his radio, right? So he'll just scan through his radio and use bits and pieces of audio to make to create a message for
Mhm.
whoever he's talking to. And so that's kind of, the same idea.
Yeah.
Like when you use FM, you're going to get a lot of radio stations, right? And they're obviously radio stations, but if you turn it up fast, or if you're using a reverse ink box, or if you use some sort of like delay effect, like that comes on the OG ink box, where you can basically turn it into a robotic sound, or you can drag out the delay until it starts like warping into the bits and pieces of audio, like meld into each other sort of, and create
Yeah.
whole other messages. So there's a lot to experiment with on those.
I love it. We have a lot of spirits in our area that cuss like sailors. I mean, a lot. And that honestly, that's something when we're using the radios too. We'll ask these spirits, "What's your favorite cuss word?" Because you hear right, because
Yeah,
you hear it so
just get the
clear.
F word just constantly
Oh, you do, you do.
dropping
And
F
it's like, okay,
bombs.
now explain that because you'll never hear that on radio stations.
Right. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. You won't hear those on radio stations, and so when you do hear that, or you hear things that are even more things that are vile, like really
Yeah.
vile,
Yep.
like just outside of just a curse word, like someone saying like I'm gonna rape you, or I'm gonna effing kill you, or something like that. Like they don't say, it's not a rap song. I
Right.
No.
guess I bet there's some rap stations that get away with that in the middle of the night, but
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to reach in my bag of sodas. Here we go. I love my sodas.
you have a bag of sodas.
I have a bag. Don't you judge me.
I wasn't judging you. I just was. I was.
You're judging. He's judging me,
Yeah.
Jennifer.
No, you're judging me that I'm. You're claiming that I'm judging you.
You're judging me.
Judgy pants. Are we being
Thank
judgy?
you. Thank you, Judgy Pants.
Okay, here's a question, and we get asked this a lot.
Uh,
If you could do an investigation with three pieces of equipment, it's all you get. That's it. What do you take?
I actually do that a lot, and I take. I have my bag right here. This is the bag I carry, and then I carry an ink box normally, my
Hmm.
OG ink box, and in there I got my. I could keep it at 3. So I'd have my OG ink box. Now, I'm gonna keep it light. So I'm gonna have the microcom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my high speed, all fancy. The top of it's got all the functions on it. Melrim,
Yeah.
and I'll probably have either my little small handheld thermal camera, or no, yeah, but that's probably it. I can do it with just that.
Similar to our list too.
Oh, yeah, my phone. I get to have my phone, right?
Yeah, your phone doesn't count as one of them.
Okay, cool.
You've got to have your
I
phone
gotta use that for evidence, for
for
video, and
recording. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But,
I've got all the fancy cameras. I've got like but I don't. It's just like I just got a 24 Ultra or whatever, Samsung 24 Ultra. This thing's fantastic, man. It is so great.
as
It's
long as you don't
insane.
cut it in half.
I'm not gonna do that this time. Did you hear what it said? That was somebody's fault.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was Robin's fault.
That's cool.
Shut
just
up,
heard
Brandon.
That sounded like me.
That's because you were talking. When it was...
Oh, shut up, Brandon. Got it. You
He
know,
ain't too smart. That
right.
was hilarious. That it definitely said that. It said he ain't too smart.
Who knew you were going to have two special guest co-hosts, the Inkbox and me? There you go.
Hey, I'm good with it. I love watching other people's experiences with Katie's equipment because
Sounds
then
kinda
I
dirty.
get to see my reaction on other people's faces. You know, and
Well,
there's never a time when he invents something it just blows my friggin' mind.
We get asked all the time from people, who want to get into this. Where do you get all your stuff? Because we've got a lot of sources. And, we're, like I said, it's 6 nights a week, 2 plus 3 different departure times, depending on how many we've done 4 a night, because it's only 3 hours. So when I tell you the equipment we have gets a workout, we'll test the durability. And people understand that. Last night, I just gave a list to 2 doctors from California who
nice.
Oh, cool.
are mediums, and they want to do something and start like a little paranormal society in their area. So I gave them your information, said, this is the spirit box you were using, and this is where it came from. And they've got
thank
other
you.
equipment, so you might want to check them out. So it's interesting how we get people who, and they honestly say they tell us it's so hard to find where to get it.
Really?
That's what it's hard to find. And they said, oh, go to Etsy and and whatever and eBay. I said, don't do that.
No.
Well, yeah. I mean,
don't do that.
Yeah, I use. I mean, for like EMF detectors and stuff, we sell EMF detectors. We've got several different types that we sell.
Mm-hmm.
They're different variations of the trifields, not trifields, but the K2s. They're similar to the K2s.
Yeah.
They all kind of. But I like the newer ones that we have. It's like they're really cool. They have cooler LEDs and stuff on. They're prettier.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just mostly do ghost boxes and experimental type stuff. You know what I mean? We do have stuff like static domes, and I'll probably come out with some other type of stuff, in the future. But most of what I do is ITC work, and that's kind of. I don't want to be the guy that spreads himself too thin and tries to sell everything from ghost boxes to REM pods to that's I'm not. I don't want to be was that the website Ghost Stop. I'm not Ghost Stop, you know what I mean? Like when you get something from me, it's built with love with these hands right here,
So
and maybe a little voodoo,
maybe a little bit of voodoo. Just
so we were thinking, when you were kids, do you remember seeing those lights with the electricity in it, and when you touch part of the globe, the current?
Yeah, a little plasma globe. Yeah,
we've been kicking around adding those.
Yeah, they're good little EMF pumps
to see if
like you set one out and get your K2 out, and you can see how decent of a fit. That's way better than any of those stupid little spinny magnet.
Oh yeah, no, not doing that.
EMF pumps. I don't buy those. Those are garbage. It's not real, man. It's not real. It just take a friggin' magnet and wave it in front of your K2, and it does the same thing.
Yep. Yeah, they my husband.
You're not generating a field. Like if you want to generate a field, you got to put some metal around that magnet that's spinning, or do something. There has to be something to conduct it. Otherwise you're just flipping a magnetic pole. Anyway, sorry, that was my magnetic.
No, dude.
EMF pump rant.
Yes, no, seriously. My husband bought one, and it's on the curb. Because it was from one of those sites I mentioned, and it was from a I'll not rant.
Well, it's probably one of those spinny magnet ones in
Yeah, and
in a little plastic project box. And all they
Yep.
do is they hot glue a magnet on the end of a motor, and they put a little foam around it or something, and hot glue it down real good so it doesn't vibrate too terribly. But you're just spinning a magnet. You're not actually fluctuating a magnetic field. You're spinning a magnet through space, right?
All you're doing is
So if you're
confusing
holding
JP.
if you have a sensor that you're holding in a stationary position and you fluctuate that magnetic field past that sensor, right? If I could show that on an oscilloscope, you'd see a wave, right? Every time that field like whoop by it, right? But you're not fluctuating a field, you're just moving it like as it's in a direction that passes my sensor, right?
Yeah.
So it's just tricking my sensor into detecting that there is a fluctuating field, so it spikes. So explain that.
Oh, there you go.
And
I'm
so yeah,
waiting on you to
that's
burn
why the
yourself,
spinny
dude.
magnets, dude. I'll never burn myself. That's why the spinny magnets.
Okay.
I don't use those. I'll use a plasma globe. I even have a Van de Graaff machine that I'll fire up for a little, you know.
Yeah, that
There you
wasn't
go.
allowed on the last show.
No. I think did I use the Van de Graaff? No, I wasn't allowed to use the Tesla coil,
That was it.
the big Tesla coil that was like 4 or 5 feet tall that I got specifically for that.
Like the Jacob's ladder too. I saw
Oh yeah, and
someone.
I couldn't use that either.
Yeah.
My husband wants one. It's like, no, we can't burn the French Quarter down. I'm so sorry. None of the very wooden old buildings are gonna like that. With a bunch of drunk people.
Yeah, I've probably pushed my luck in a few places, but I try to stay safe. But I've set off a lot of fire alarms.
Yep.
I can say that.
And I do, since we're talking all about equipment, why don't we bring up the ghost helmet? Talk about it.
Oh yeah. I want to hear about this.
What do you want to hear?
Again, I'm the buyer for.
So, like, give me somewhere to go with it because I can talk about
What's it
like
do? What's it do?
what's
How
it do?
about start off with the story about the wildlife on Ghosts of Morgan City? What happened when you turned
Oh
it?
well, yeah, because you didn't really see that all the when Jeremy was using the helmet on that show in the downtown park, where this thing had told us to go. As soon as he puts the helmet on, he starts kind of seeing some stuff going on around him. Like all the dogs in the neighborhood go ape shit, batshit crazy.
Yep.
They're all like it sounds like they're fighting, like it's dog fights all around you, and you hear all the owners like screaming and hollering at their dogs. And like a couple of the PAs walk over in that direction to kind of be like, "Hey, can you keep your dog down? Like, what the hell's going on?" But yeah, they said that their dogs never do that. So they don't know what happened. Their dogs never all just go off like that, unless something's going on. But there was nothing going on around us. Like it was completely dead. That town's like silent. It was like a weekday at night that we were out there, and it was like friggin' 11:30 or something, or 11 o'clock. I think. No, it might not have been that late when we did that. Could have been like right after dark. No, it's probably about that. It's probably about 10, I think. Because we wouldn't wrap up till about midnight. So out there that night anyway.
Now, with that story being told, can you explain what the theory behind wearing the ghost helmet is and what, in theory, it's supposed to do?
Well, the idea is that is that if there's a belief, a guy named Michael Persinger, Dr. Michael Persinger, who's a neuroscientist. He's dead now. He died a few years back, but he had designed or came up with an idea that fluctuating magnetic fields interacting with our brains would cause us to maybe have what he saw as false paranormal experiences or spiritual experiences, right? And so he designed what he called him and a electrical engineer, I think Stanley Coren, something Coren. I know his last name's Coren. They designed the God helmet, and the God helmet was basically used electromagnetic fields that would be fired in a sequence, and they would do it lots of different ways. They would try and replicate the activity in magnetic fields through the coils on either side of their brain. Like, so for instance, they would try to replicate the electromagnetic activity from the right hemisphere of their brain in the left hemisphere of their brain to try and sync it right through what's called hold on, it's hold on, I got it.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. It's basically when your brain syncs up with something on the out. Entrainment. Damn it. There it goes. Brain entrainment. And it is a form of brain entrainment, right? Because if so on the helmet, for example, you'll notice it has flashing lights in the eyes, and the flashing lights in the eyes are not just pretty lights, they're flashing at the different frequencies that our brain operates at during different brainwave types, right? So alpha waves, beta waves, gamma waves, theta waves, so it would cycle you down into like a meditative state, right? Through the different wave forms that your brain operates at, and that's just kind of to help you get into a meditative state, because I believe that being in a meditative state helps you, along with the coils interacting with your brain, to maybe have a paranormal experience.
So closer to like a theta state.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And all I could say is, what happened to me. I wore it for like 45 minutes one time.
Really?
He was on the toilet the rest of the night.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Weird.
No, but I did watch a family sit down at the dinner table to eat. So, are you talking about the brown tone? We gonna get there.
Hold on, you saw a family sit down to eat? You sure you wasn't sitting in somebody's living room?
I mean, I was, but
sure you didn't wander into somebody's house, like break into their house, and
they
were like, "Oh my God, mommy, is he gonna hurt us?"
Probably, but no, I was at the Patterson house.
Oh,
that was 7 years ago. That was before I was even on the team.
Do you have people that wear it with abilities that get ill? I mean, that
I never really had anybody get ill wearing it.
Because I can't be around.
I mean, like Beastie Boys getting ill, or
no, the other one.
Okay. No, not really.
Because the EM pumps that we had, that again are on the curb, made me sick to my stomach. It made me nauseous.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And no, the helmet works completely different than those. I know what you're talking about. So no, It doesn't make you nauseous or anything.
Yeah, no.
Actually, I'll tell you what, Jennifer. If I could make this work to where I come down to New Orleans for the Marine Corps birthday, see if I can't, because that's in the plan.
Have to.
I'll see if I can't bring a helmet.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And I'm not going to be out of town this year.
Right. So
for that, my stepson is being deployed to Honduras.
Oh, well, there's worse places to go.
I'm telling you.
So we would meet up at my parents' house and hang out. And it's my son from my previous, but we're still. He was 3 when. So we still meet up at my mom's house and hang out.
Oh, that's nice.
And Tim Lovejoy is bringing up infrasound, which is where we're going to go next. Thank you, Tim.
Infrasound.
So there's
something Europe. I just heard out of Inkbox.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
There's a scene on Ghost Brothers where KD puts the ghost helmet. It's the same one where you put the ghost helmet on. What's his name, right? Where you were doing the infrasound through the ship.
Oh yeah, the boat, the USS, oh my gosh,
the one in Texas.
the Lexington.
So he is on television. This is my best friend who says he's talking about infrasound and how it's going to work.
Mhm.
And he says, watch out for the brown tone. And of course, the Ghost Brothers ask, what's the brown tone? And KD, take it from there.
Well, we were all kind of joking about that, before the thing, because I had said something. And they were like, "Oh God, yeah, that's hilarious," and I was like, "I'm gonna say it in there," and they were like, "You want to do it?" I was like, "I'll do it," and I didn't think they'd actually put it in there, but
oh, they did.
Just like a lot of things I didn't actually think they'd use, and Devil's Perch, and they used it.
Yeah, so KD looks at 3 other grown men and says, "It makes you poop your pants," and that made the cut.
Oh,
yeah, dude, that's in the damn show.
And then we bounce forward to Ghost of Devil's Perch and his amazing. Why don't you just drill? Go ahead,
I had to drill
We're not
real
doing
quick,
a
man. I'm sorry.
podcast or anything.
I should have paused it. My mic.
I don't care.
There we go.
Hell, I don't even remember what I was at. Oh, Ghost of Devil's Perch, where he such one-liners as, "Wow, Dave, it feels like we've been here for 2 weeks." That's how he said it. And I just rewatched Ghost of Devil's Perch the other day.
I tell you what, this is just geographical oddity. 2 weeks from everywhere.
Yep. So I mean, it's quite fun watching. And then I went back to watch some more and found some even better stuff, like episode 1. Like he's sitting there with Dave in the RV, and he just looks. Dave does this whole long soliloquy about where they're about to go, and KD looks at him and goes, "Makes sense." That's all he says. So, but if you haven't seen Ghost of Devil's Perch,
I said, sounds French. That's when we were going to the.
Oh God, that was
chateau. The the chateau
right.
out there. He said so we're going to the chateau, and Peterson, before the producer, like he had asked me what we were gonna say, because we already knew what we were doing. We already talked to the sheriff and we knew where we were going. He was like, "So what are you guys gonna talk about on the ride over?" Because they were gonna film us riding over, and they had people in the truck in front, and they had people in a truck on the side of us, and then we had our GoPros. And Cindy was in the back with her headphones on and all that stuff. She didn't know anything about what we were doing. And I could see everybody in the back of the trucks and hanging out the windows of the SUVs filming. And Dave says all this stuff, gives this big monologue about where we're going.
Oh, it's so funny.
Like he said. And he says, so we're going to go over there and talk to the witness. And I said, "Clark Chateau, huh?" He said, "Yep." I said, "Yeah, that sounds French." And everybody just died laughing. It was just in the moment, and in my South Carolina accent. I guess I said it really South Carolina. I was like, "That sounds French."
Yep.
And they just all died laughing, And that was actually in the little teaser that they sent us all. That part was in there, but they didn't put it in.
Yeah.
That's too
Thank
funny.
God. Thank God for small miracles.
I don't care.
Now, a cool, really
I'm here
cool
to party, bro.
Right. I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
I'm here to freaking party, man. Like, I don't care. You know me.
Now, since we were talking about episode 1, can you explain what device you used in the bathroom of the chateau that sounded French? With the smoke?
Clark Chateau. Oh, that's the PGG.
Yep.
That was just a laser, more of a laser version of the thing that I used on Morgan City on the first episode of that. So there you go, bud. Pretty simple.
Yeah, produces smoke and has lasers, and there's a really, really great capture that they show from Ghost of Devil's Perch. So if you haven't seen Ghost of Devil's Perch, go back and watch it.
Yeah, it was a good show.
It was a good show, except for the end when he created a time machine with a lot of lights and stuff that were needless, and I just laughed.
What you talking about?
You're talking about the big thing at the end of the courthouse that you had built out of that box, and
That was on Devil's Perch, dude.
oh yeah,
It wasn't the last episode of Devil's Perch.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean meant to.
You've insulted me now.
I don't. Hell, half the time I don't know what the hell you're building anyway.
I'm so insulted and offended.
As well, you should be. See, this is why I needed you, Jennifer, because this is what we would have just done the whole show. What?
Joking. Inkbox just said joking.
Yeah, that's what we do. And
Not wrong.
we have a lot of fun.
Speaking of being off topic, I just want to say I've been openly against them coming out with the Fallout show. Anybody who knows me really well knows that I'm a gigantic Fallout fan. I have been openly against that show because I don't like Amazon Prime. I don't like the way they do video game shows because they don't care about the source content, right? They don't care about the actual, like, what made the video, what the fans like. You know, you don't want it to be just straight about the fans, but at the same time, anyways. So I was very vocal. I knew it was going to suck. I said, I don't even need to watch it. I know it's going to suck. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be the worst thing you ever saw. It's just going to be so full of this whole craziness, like Amazon pushes all the time, that it's going to be even just like unwatchable. Well, I was wrong.
No, it was
I was
good.
wondering,
And I'm
where we were
addicted.
going with that.
Oh, really? 'Cause
I'm
I
addicted, and
I'm
but
thinking
like,
about
yeah,
watching
I had to stop myself from watching it earlier, or I would have binge watched it, and I wouldn't have got nothing done all day. But oh my god, dude, if you were a Fallout fan, oh lord, even if you're not a Fallout fan, but being a huge Fallout fan and having played every single Fallout that was out, like literally even the old isometric ones from the 90s, like, yes, this is perfectly the brutality, like the shootouts and stuff are just so brutal. Like, a lot of it is just brutal, like limb dismemberment, like blowing people's arms off, ultra violence, like RoboCop level violence, and it's so nostalgic feeling. It makes you feel like it was made in the 80s, man. Like Hell Comes to Frogtown. You ever seen that movie with Roddy Piper in it,
Yeah.
dude? Okay, so it was basically but that one wasn't super violent, but it was that was like a Fallout vibe. But yeah, this is just everything Fallout is. So I just want to put that out there. If you're looking for a new TV show to watch, season 1 is out of, and I'm not getting paid for this crap either, which is the worst part. But Fallout, Amazon Prime. If you got Amazon Prime, you can watch the whole season right now, I think.
I'm going to see. It's funny. I saw it. I'm not a gamer. If you met me and saw my coordination with anything to do with the video game, you'd say thank God. To be honest with you, I used to try to play with my ex-husband these RPG games. We'd always have to get 2. Oh, he'd be cussing me under his breath.
Well, yeah. Well,
I'm like, I don't know what I'm pushing. I'm just pushing buttons.
me and Katie used to play like a couple racing games together, and like fighting games like Tekken.
Yeah.
But yeah, we love to play fighting games together.
Pong was where my skills began and ended.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Pong.
That was it.
I played Pong. I sucked at Pong because I don't know. I just was. Even when I was a kid in the 80s, it was stupid to me. I was like, this is stupid. This is the dumbest thing. Like I'm
a little older than you, darling. So when I was
yeah, but still, I mean, come on. You can only do that crap for so long, right? Pac-Man, I get it. Pinball machines. I work on those things. That's my job. That's what I do. But Pong, garbage. There were so much better games. Not really. That was just like the
Not for me,
first.
dear.
That was like standard on an Atari though. That's like what would play if you didn't put a cartridge in was Pong.
This was pre-Atari. This was like just the Pong. This was in the 70s.
Oh, and this so it was just Pong.
It's just Pong. I'm saying I'm a little older than you are.
How old are you? Well, you can't be that much older than me
I'm
though.
51.
You're 51. Oh well,
Yeah.
I guess you are a little bit older than me, ain't you?
Just a little. So you still have the dial. Like you're turning the dial to control the paddles.
Well,
It was not.
Okay, so what did they call that? They called that a ColecoVision.
I don't know what they call
There
it.
had to be. It was a thing. It was a console because it just wasn't Pong, was it? Like there
was
were
just-
three or a couple different games, right?
Just for us, it was just Pong. We were
Really?
just
four. We had
just Pong.
Really? Okay, I didn't know there was just a Pong specific game. That makes sense though. There would have been.
Yeah, because it was just such early technology. They had just.
Greg
the one
Call
thing
says it
that-
was $100 for Pong. That does, you know, that's. And games haven't changed that much, man. Like you still pay anywhere from $50 to $100 for a video game nowadays.
Yeah,
I play PC games, so on Steam,
yeah.
you know. But yeah,
So yeah, that was my video game skills right there. It was just that
well,
one-
hey, you know, let it. I just redone a Frogger game at work the other day, and an old Mario game. What else?
Galaga. That was
Galaga, yeah, we've got lots of Galaga and Miss Pac-Man combo cabinets. We got tons of those that I work
Yeah.
on. I replaced the CRT screen in it, and I use a LCD monitor, and I mount it long ways up,
yeah.
and just so the Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man and the Galaga fit perfectly on that
Oh,
that
nice.
portrait framed monitor.
Oh no, I remember ColecoVision.
Yeah, ColecoVision, Commodore 64. My sister had a Commodore 64. I never got to use it, but she had one. We had an Atari 2600, and then I think
That's
I had
what I
a
had.
Sega Genesis, and then I didn't have any more. Like my mom never bought me video games that much. She bought me like one per Christmas for like 2 or 3 years after she bought me a Genesis. That was it. And so, like, I was video game deprived because all my buddies always had video games, and it used to piss me off that that nobody would buy me that shit, right? And I did have a Game Boy. I saved up, bought my own Game Boy, but so whenever I turned 18, I started I got an adult job and was making some money. I started buying like PlayStation, and I got the Dreamcast, and I got the
That was a mistake.
GameCube, and the PS2. And no, dude, the Dreamcast was awesome. It was a mistake for them to run the company into the ground the way they
Well,
did.
yeah. So speaking of running things into the ground, we're about done here. About coming up on the hour. Oh, where can people find you, Katie? What do you have coming up in 2 weeks or a week?
We
Where
got
are you
an
gonna be?
event. I don't. Where's that event at? Is
St.
that
Joe's.
the one up here? Is it in St. Joe?
Yeah.
We'll be in St. Joe at the I'm not sure what they're calling it now. Spirit. It's not the Spirit Con or the. It
not
used
the
to be.
Medicon.
It used to be the Medicon, but that somebody was like, you can't call it that because we call it that or whatever. I can't remember what the place is called, but it's on our Facebook page. I know it's in St. Joe, but what's the name of the event, Russell? Thank you.
I mean, because I'm getting nowhere. I got nothing. I just know I got to be at your house. I know what day I got to be there. Other than that, I got nothing. So where can people buy your stuff?
Message us on Facebook.
Yep.
That's it. And don't do the Supernatural Inc. Tech page. Just do the regular Supernatural Inc. Facebook page. And message us there. And probably Katie, maybe me, but most likely Katie will get back with you. We have the website still, but the shopping the web store, but it's just kind of they charge you. It's a ridiculous amount, and
Yep.
it's just like we don't sell that much to really be I don't think, like I said, I like to keep it more personal anyway, interpersonal.
Yeah, so yeah, just hit us up on Supernatural Inc. Facebook.
Cool.
Don't pull me.
Cool.
Stop it.
You don't tell
Hoorah.
me what to do.
I just told you, hoorah. Look at me, I'm a soldier. I was in the army. This is what we do, Jennifer. This is how we roll. Do you have any last questions for KD?
Do you have any final words?
We'll let the ink box do it. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm going to be checking out some of your stuff. So for sure, maybe we'll try it out on some of our things. And we are okay. Here's the thing. So we're putting together, if you're okay with it, a page on our website that says, where can you get the stuff you used on our tour? And we would love to add a link to your Facebook page to say you used this and this and this.
Of course.
And this is where you can get it.
That'd be great.
Thank
I'd
you.
appreciate that.
Just a little link to it where they can go get it, because it's you get these people that buy the stuff. Oh, someone puts a kit together, I should get that. They don't know. They need to buy. They need to buy stuff, not crap.
Right. I'd just go, if I want a REM pod, I'm just gonna go get like a friggin' REM pod. Most likely, right?
Yeah.
Because that's like the original. And it's not just a electronic theremin kit that somebody bought for $12 and soldered together and stuck inside of a wooden box. The REM pods are actually solid. They're pretty solid, man. That's like if you want. I think a lot of people mess up when they spread too thin. So if you want ITC stuff, most likely come to me. And we can. If you want something custom, we could talk about it. Whatever.
Well, I want to thank you both for coming on. Get y'all to hang out after the show for a minute.
I don't want to hang out with you.
Shut up.
Say bye. Spirits, say bye. Katie,
goodbye, spirits.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's what I heard.
Okay, so I'm going to end the show like I always do. And
with KD drilling something.
With KD drilling stuff. So while he drills things, I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. I have a blast doing the show. And definitely want a big shout out to Jennifer Talley. Where can people find you and what you do?
Well, we are on NewOrleansParanormalSociety.com. We offer ghost hunts in the French Quarter, New Orleans, 2 locations, 6 nights a week. So if you want to come down, learn how to do stuff, bring your stuff, learn how to use cool equipment, such as that built by Katie Stafford and Supernatural Inc., come on down and take a tour and do some stuff.
Yeah, I'll be doing that hopefully in November.
We're looking forward to it.
Do stuff.
Shut up. Can I end the show, KD? Will you shut up?
Yeah, again, that's his exit song.
It's
he's technically not drilling, he's cutting.
Right. It's not about surviving the storm, but it's how you dance in the rain, y'all. I got nothing. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love each and every one of you. Check it out next Sunday, where my guest will be Donald Dunn, the CEO and president of something that I do. Veterans Voices. He just changed it. So it's Veterans Voices Radio or something. I'm on the board of directors. It's crazy. Anyway, so it'll be fun because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm going to push this button and we're going to go. Bye, everybody. Bye.